Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, especially if you're a UFC fan. Apparently Dana White is talking about making Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. Sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. This is actually a fan-friendly fight. Both top 10 guys, both very successful in the lightweight division, both knockout artists. Although I think they're both a little bit differently. Let's talk about each fighter. Justin Gaethje is a very good knockout artist. He's had a lot of knockouts in his career. I think he's won all of his fights except for his victory over Chandler via knockout because he got a decision over Chandler. Gaethje is very calculated when he strikes, but he's very powerful with the shots that he lands. He's very dangerous. And even though he got a decision over Michael Chandler in a 3-round fight, which he was pretty dominant in that fight, I don't know how that was fight of the year. I think if it was a 5-round fight, he would have finished it eventually in the 4th or 5th round. I don't think Chandler would have went 5 rounds with him with the beating he was taking after round 1. When you look at Rafael, he's not even 30 yet. He's really young, but he's such a good striker. And the bad part is for the wrestlers, they can't take him down. Rafael dos Anjos in his last fight could not take him down. He tried so many times, and he was forced to stand with Rafael, and Rafael picked him apart, lit him up like a Christmas tree. Now, granted, it was a competitive fight because Rafael dos Anjos ain't no pushover. He ain't no slouch on the feet, but he made him stand with him the whole time, and eventually he got finished. This is a tough pick, I think for, the thing is, this fight could go to distance because they're both patient. I don't think either one's going to try to blow each other out of the water right away. I think they're both going to feel each other out. And this is a fight that's more, I don't really think one guy needs one guy more than the other. I don't think Gaethje needs this fight more than Rafael does, or vice versa, People could say Rafael's a top 10 guy, but he hasn't really beaten anybody. Rafael dos Anjos is a former lightweight champion, He kind of beat somebody that was a big name, clearly a guy that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't really need to beat Gaethje. And Gaethje, I wouldn't say he needs to beat anybody, but he does kind of need a win after getting another title fight and getting submitted again, So they both need each other about the same, I don't think one needs more than the other. As far as who wins, this is a tough fight to predict. I will have to go with, I think, due to the fact that Gaethje's more experienced, and due to the fact that he's been in this game a lot longer, and due to the fact that Rafael has not fought as much as Gaethje, I think I would have to go with Justin Gaethje in this fight. Now, of course, Rafael, if you look at his highlights, great leg kicks, good punches, spinning wheel kicks. He's knocked guys out with that before. I think Gaethje is the more seasoned striker, the more veteran striker. He's a little bit older, so I think he'll be able to not really do more damage necessarily, but I think he'll be better off with knowing what to do and what not to do. I think that what not to do will help Gaethje more. Even though Gaethje's been known to take some damage, he's usually the guy that inflicts the most damage. And here's the thing about Gaethje. I will admit that if he fights a wrestler, he's probably going to lose, because it's striker versus wrestler, unless you're Leon Edwards. Shout out Leon Edwards. But this is not going to the ground. This is going to stay standing. I think Gaethje's going to be more calculated than Rafael. I think Rafael is, even though he's a calculated fighter, I don't think he's going to knock out Justin Gaethje. I think Gaethje has a better chance of knocking him out. So with that being said, even though I think this fight it can go to distance, even if whether it's a 3-round or 5-round fight, I think if it's a 3-round fight, I think it'd be a late 3rd round KO, TKO for Gaethje. I think he'll catch him with a big, he'll fake a big punch, like a big hook, and he'll end up catching him with a big uppercut and follow up with some big shots, and he'll knock out Rafael, because Rafael's been knocked out before in his career. You look at his record, only once, but once you've been knocked out once like that, it's easier to get knocked out a second time. I think Gaethje will do a good job of avoiding the big spinning wheel kicks. I think he's going to be very patient. He's going to be more, just a little bit more patient. And again, he's not going to allow himself to get clipped as much as Rafael does, So I really think that Rafael can win this fight. Clearly, he's dangerous. He's also a patient striker. But I just don't think he has the experience to beat a guy like Gaethje yet. But he can. But I would give Justin Gaethje a 53, 55% chance to win this fight, given it's close to a 50-50 fight you'll ever see in the lightweight division right now, because they're both strikers. Neither one wants to take it to the ground. Yeah, I think Gaethje should win this fight.